Good morning, Maguanago. We are here today with our special guest, Ron Bittner, and we're talking trash.
Thanks, Diana. Thanks for having me on today.
Sorry, perfect
Trash
timing.
talk. I love it.
Exactly. Um, Ron, tell us, there's some really exciting news going on this year for garbage and recycling. Tell us a little bit about some of those changes.
Well, the biggest change probably comes in the recycling end, and we were able to secure electronic recycling. Now, in the past, we've always had 12 bulk pickups. Of course, you had to call them in and schedule with John's. Now you're able to take one of those bulk pickups and exchange it for electronics recycling. This is at the curb event. Once you call, and they will set the date and you can put it out and then you can get rid of the electronics. No more traveling to DPW and holding it for once a year. You have an opportunity 12 times a year to do this. So, and it's in exchange for the one bulk pickup. But like I said, you get 12 a year of those. And I don't think anybody uses them at once a month rate. So it's a big thing that we were able to get in the contract. And, it counts for like 2,700 homes and condos in the village with this contract. So,
So that is, even though we do enjoy working on a Saturday, meeting all the residents that come in, they stockpile all their electronics and bring them in and mention to us, gosh, I've been holding on to these for so long. It's so nice to get them out of my garage. But this is huge benefit to them. They don't have to leave their home or stockpile or anything. It's once a month, make a phone call, and it gets picked up.
yeah, it is a big change. We've had some places bring in truckloads, carloads of stuff that they've been saving up for the year. And this will alleviate that and, of course, clean out the garage or the shed a little bit. We have weeded out some of the really old stuff. We've had some things come in from the 50s and maybe 60s that people were really holding on to. And now those have been through the system. So now it's more modern technology. But electronics is a hard thing to dispose of. Not too many places are accepting them, like Best
Right.
Buy or some of the other stores. So this is a huge benefit. Also, state law, we can't dump some of these things in a landfill anymore, like in the last 30 years ago or so. So we're making strides to keep the environment good.
So this doesn't cost me anything more?
Absolutely not. This was part of the garbage contract that we renewed as of the first of the year, so it's a 5-year deal. So this will at least continue till 2030 when the contract comes up again.
Oh, that's great news. And just for the listeners too, I think it's really good for us to dial in to the fact that garbage and recycling is part of their regular tax bill. We don't specially assess them or put a special charge on any service for garbage and recycling, correct?
To some extent, yes. The garbage is in your tax roll. Of course, recycling is at the
It,
recycling fee with the water bill.
correct.
But when you combine the two, it's still a reasonable cost. Some communities actually assess for the garbage collection too, which we do not yet. We use the general fund for that. That may be something that communities have to look at down the road to balance their budgets. But right now, the village is in a place where we can still keep it on a general budget.
So that's a really good thing. I appreciate that insight. Um, One thing too, I know you just talked a little bit about the electronic waste and how difficult it is. What what do they call electronic waste? I mean, is that every plug, every um, CPU, TV? I mean, I think I saw that they actually had some computer monitors, but that maybe there's a slight cost that might come with a TV. So that might be something that you
Yeah,
could
so
elaborate on.
the flyer you're looking at that's on John's website is a general flyer because not all communities are doing the electronics recycling. Some of them opted out of it. So, like TVs, computers, desktop, laptops, notebooks, tablets, video game components, desktop printers, computer monitors, other computer accessories like keyboards, mice, any peripheral for the computer, DVD players, VCRs, if there's any out there. DVRs, other TV monitors, fax machines, cell phones, anything electronic with the mercury in it is the biggest thing. Uh, Another thing that they have on the list is major appliances, but that's white goods. That's considered under bulk pickup, not necessarily electronics,
Oh,
but it is the same type of event. You call in a schedule, and then you can have your white goods picked up. That's refrigerators, washers, dryers, freezers, dehumidifiers, Freon type items, or your electric stove or your gas stove is also a white good. So a white good is more of an appliance, air conditioners, things like that, that they'll pick up for that. But that's under bulk pickup, not under electronics recycling. But the garbage company is keeping track of all of that, who's using what, when they're saying 12 a year.
so it's 12 a year, and that's all bulk, including e-waste?
Correct.
Okay,
Correct.
perfect.
So the e-waste is trading one of your bulk pickups.
Oh, so it's spring, and everybody's working in their yard. And April 2nd, we have our first yard waste pickup here in the village. I know that there's quite a few municipalities that have had to dissolve this service, but this is still something that the village of McGuanago provides. We collect yard waste. What is defined as yard waste?
So yard waste is leaves and brush under like 3 inches in diameter. You can't cut a tree down and put a whole tree trunk out there. That's another way to dispose of it. But like brush, if you have brush clippings or trimmings from your hedge or your shrubs, any kind of plant, organic, woody vegetation, grass clippings, no stumps, no rocks, no landscaping material like that. Um, just your basic yard waste that's decompostable. When you put this out, then here again, Johns collects that on these certain dates, and then we have 2 dates that are drop offs. Now, the thing that's nice about the drop offs is you don't have to abide by the same curbside rules because you're throwing it in the back of the truck. If you don't want to cut it and bundle it and put it out, you can bring it in 6, 8, 10 foot lengths, whatever fits in the back of the garbage truck. The driver is just standing there running the machine and compacting the yard waste. So there again, those two drop-offs have some of a benefit, but they are in July and August, which is traditionally the lower months for yard waste collection. For us, that's why we went that route. Otherwise, we would have just had spring and fall collections.
Well, that's good news. So 6 times a year, the village also has yard waste pickup at the curbside, and 2 Saturdays, July 18th and August 15th, will be drop off, so they can do what you just described by going to the Public Works building. What's the address of the Public Works building if someone is interested?
630 Veterans Way East. It's not really marked very well, but we're right underneath the water tower off of Veterans Way, right across from the Legion.
What else would you suggest, or what is a good word of advice for anybody who has uh, waste or yard waste or questions about garbage and recycling? What should they do?
Well, the first thing is you should go to John's website. They have a full list on there, and that's where a lot of the information is handed out. They've got flyers. We also do the calendar. We put out the electronics recycling on the back of the calendar this year when they went out with the tax bills. So hope everybody got to see that. Um, you can always call Public Works. Please do not call the Village Hall. They are a little inundated at times, and Public Works is much better suited to answer these questions or get you to the right person who can answer them for you. But any scheduling should be done through John's. And if you have a question about what is or is not acceptable, you should also call John's. They have that list and they'll work through that with you. If there is an issue or a concern with that end of it and you don't get the resolve you want, please call Public Works. We will take care of it and we will figure out the correct answer and we will get back to you on that.
Absolutely. I will say we've had such really good service with John's. Their website is very user friendly. You go there, you pick your municipality, and it gives you all the information. And I actually have one of those 8.5 by 11 calendars printed off right next to my computer because it's really nice to have. It tells you everything. So
It does. It
it
even
is.
has the holidays on there. So when John's has a holiday, they work like Christmas Eve, they work New Year's Eve unless it's on a weekend. But then when they come in, they skip the holiday and then they'll take 2 days to collect. So you will always be a day behind. Unlike the years ago, they used to double up. If the holiday was on Thanksgiving, which is a Thursday, they would double up on Thursday and Friday and not work Saturday. But John's does it the other way. They will then pick up Thursday on Friday and pick up Fridays on Saturday in their communities. So ours is on a Wednesday. Not too many holidays fall on that. We may get Christmas, New Year's, or 4th of July, but that's pretty limited to their extent and the exposure to the village.
Well, I know I'm not the only one who feels this way. We're very, very thankful for the service that we get and the how attentive you guys are in your department to everybody who has questions. We thank you so much for all the hard work you do and for listening to all of us as we complain about various things. But, I will say this is an excellent service that we are able to offer. If you ever have any questions, like Ron said, reach out, check John's website. If you can't find what you need there, give Ron a call at Public Works because they are there always willing to help. So I do appreciate you taking time out of your day to visit with us a little bit about this.
Oh, my pleasure. Any word we can get out, answer any question. We're here to serve. We're here to help. That's what our job is all about. And we want things to run smooth in the village. We always look forward to renewal time for our contracts because it's always about getting our residents a little bit more than what they had before. So thank you. And
Yep,
thank you for the invite, Diane.
absolutely. We appreciate you. Okay, folks, till next time, thank you so much for listening. We'll talk soon. Bye bye.